fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. This is Liz Grace, and I'm back. My voice is back, and I'm back with another Weekend Goddess Report. This one, the last one for the year of 2024. And today we will be discussing the weekend of December 27th through December 30th. The next time I talk to you, it will be 2025. And in all reality, I will be on a 10-hour train ride from Arizona to the central coast of California during the release of next weekend's Goddess Report. So hopefully I am able to locate a quiet space to record next weekend's Goddess Report like I am today from the lovely location of my father's living room. So stay tuned for next weekend to see if I successfully can pull it off again. I am on the road and I am diving into any mini adventure I can, so I signed myself up for a train ride to Arizona from LA. Yes, I'm gonna go visit some friends out in the Phoenix area, and we're talking about making a trip to Sedona to bring in the new year. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, let's discuss the transits that caught my eye for this weekend's Goddess Report. So I'm out here in the central coast of California, a really beautiful rural part of California, nestled between Los Angeles and San Francisco on the coast. And it is a really great place to hike. It's something that my dad and I actually do together. Every time I visit, we go on a hike, and he lives near the ocean. And when I arrived on Christmas Eve, we went for a walk. When I was walking with him, I was looking up at the sky because the time of day, the sun was setting. And I realized I hadn't seen stars in a while. And so I have a Star Explorer app on my phone, a free one. And I was getting all zoned out on these really bright points. I pulled out my phone, and sure enough, what I was captivated by was Venus, the evening star. I was also captivated by Jupiter. They were so bright in the sky. What also fascinated me is Jupiter is right next to the fixed star Aldebaran, or Aldebaran, however you say it. And Aldebaran is a red star. It's located in the constellation of Taurus. It's the bull's eye. And Jupiter right now is retrograde in the sign of Gemini. In Western tropical astrology, Aldebaran, the fixed star, is located at 10 degrees 8 minutes of the sign of Gemini. Yes, it's a little confusing. Where the star is currently in our night sky is the constellation Taurus. However, by studying the Western tropical zodiac, we are all agreeing on a collective consciousness that was established in the Hellenistic era that occurred in the 1st century BCE. So yes, the bullseye caught my eye, and Jupiter happens to be conjunct the bull's eye this weekend. Also, if Jupiter is conjunct Aldebaran, that means that Jupiter is opposite to another fixed star, a fixed star that also starts with the letter A. This star's name is Antares. Antares is currently in our skies in the constellation of Scorpius. It is also a star that is located within the Western tropical zodiac sign of Sagittarius within the 10th degree. On December 26th, right now, as I'm recording this podcast, Mercury is opposing retrograde Jupiter in Gemini. And to add some spice to this mix, Saturn in Pisces is squaring Mercury along with Jupiter over there in Gemini. Yes, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces are mutable signs. So they naturally square each other on the zodiac wheel. And last but not least, Black Moon Lilith is over there in Libra at the 13th degree, gassing up Mercury in Sagittarius and gassing up Jupiter in Gemini. Watch out, folks. This weekend is coming in hot. Sheesh, there is so much to share. My plan for this episode is to discuss the mythology of Aldebaran and Antares, along with Venus as the evening star. It's all very juicy stuff, and I feel like you all are really going to enjoy this one. So let's dive in right into interpretations. Antares is a Greek word that translates to, in English, rival to Ares, spelled A-R-E-S, which could be sound and said as Aries. Antares also translates to equal to Mars. Curious? I will tell you more. Antares is the brightest star in the constellation Scorpius. It is a classified red giant awaiting to go supernova. This star looks red to us from our night sky, similar to how Aldebaran looks red to us from our night sky. As mentioned, it is in the constellation Scorpius and is the embodiment of a powerful scorpionic beast that Gaia, yes, our mother goddess Gaia, sent down to Earth in order to destroy the demigod Orion, a half-blood who is linked to Hercules and to humanity. Before I dive into Hercules, humanity, and Orion, and eventually Aldebaran along with Venus, the evening star, let's talk about why our mother Gaia would send down a scorpionic beast to Earth in an effort to destroy a half-blood, a demigod named Orion. So Orion, a half-blood who is a demigod, also who is rumored to be the bastard son of Poseidon, the king of the ocean. Yes, Orion was gifted with excellent hunting prowess and beautiful looks, but he was vain and he struggled with modesty. Of course, this is my abridged version of the myth, and I am adding drama for effect. Do some research on Orion yourself. I dare you. Back to my version of the story. So Orion boasted to the heavens one day that he was the strongest of them all and that he was capable of killing all of Earth's, all of Gaia's creatures. Mother Gaia heard this calamity and promptly devised a plan to sick a scorpionic beast on Orion. This consequently meant sending a horrifying and poisonous monster to Earth. But hey, Orion was talking big game and sacrifices had to be made. So thus, this is how Antares, rival to Ares, was born. Oops, and we can't forget equal to Mars. That's part of Antares's title. All right, so this is where Aldebaran comes in, a fixed star whose name is of Arabic descent, translated to English as the follower. In some sects of astrology, this star, along with Antares, are considered to be a part of what is termed as the four royal stars. Each of these stars in the practice of galactic astrology are linked to a guardian angel, or rather an archangel. Aldebaran is linked to the archangel Michael. Now, Archangel Michael typically is not known as the follower. In fact, he is more known as the leader. However, leaders wouldn't be leaders without followers. Therefore, their intentions on Earth better not be to destroy all the living creatures on it. Do you hear where I'm going with this? This fixed star, Aldebaran, was termed the follower in ancient Arabic because, from our perspective, the star Aldebaran is following the Pleiades in the sky, the famous seven sisters, which brings me to Venus. Why? Well, for those of you that do not know, the Pleiades are linked to Venus. Venus is one of the brightest points in our dark skies, and so are the Pleiades. Both of these celestial objects represent the epitome of female beauty. Beyond that, they are celestial markers for the seasons. For example, as the Pleiades rise in the night sky, along with the appearance of Venus in the evening in our skies, this is a signal of a time for harvest, as opposed to seeding. What is interesting now that we have explored both the scenarios that make up the essence of Antares and Aldebaran, we see that in both of the stories, this masculine energy is being directed or is following a female energy. interesting and fascinating. To recap, Aldebaran is following the wonderful and fabulous seven sisters known as the Pleiades, and Antares is out there doing Mother Gaia's bidding. So now let us zoom out, or rather zoom in, to our solar system and the Western tropical zodiac, where Jupiter is finding himself in a standoff with Mercury over there in Sagittarius. They're both being pinned down by Saturn in Pisces at the moment, and Black Moon Lilith is over there in the bleachers eating popcorn. The suspense is rising. Remember when I spoke about Mercury having to do jury duty and that there was going to be a final verdict around this time? You can go and revisit the episode where I discussed that. It's for the weekend of November 15th through November 18th. Well, the verdict is in now. Jupiter and Gemini can no longer avoid the truth. In fact, Aldebaran and Archangel Michael are here to ensure this. Antares, the giant scorpion assigned to destroy Orion, is the lawyer for the defendant, Gaia, in this scenario. Orion can be Jupiter retrograde in Gemini's lawyer, and Saturn in Pisces is the judge here. Everyone is in order and in place, so what is the verdict? Well, turns out the scorpion that Gaia hired is far more superior of a lawyer, and Jupiter is found guilty. Guilty for... I'll let you fill in the blank there. Whatever crime your imagination conjures up, that can be what Jupiter was found guilty for. Haven't you played Mad Libs before as a kid? You fill in the blank. Okay, let's do it again. So Zeus was convicted of... Okay, cool. I wonder what y'all said. Well, he was convicted, however, he was given the option to post bail. Cost of his bail was to immortalize both Orion and the Scorpion in our night skies forever as constellations. Wow. See, I told you that you would have fun. My interpretations this week are ambiguous and mythological because, to be honest, we need a little fantasy right now. Christmas is finally over, Chiron Station Direct, and we are all a little bit stuck in our feelings. So at the very least, I hope I made you laugh, and I hope that you have a wonderful time welcoming in the new year 2025. This is Liz Grace Christie of Galactic Mythology. Please take what resonates with you and leave all the rest behind. I'm sending you so much love, and hopefully I'll catch you next week. Bye.